Today, I'm doing an unboxing video of the Fujifilm X H2s. I've been looking for a camera to replace my aging Panasonic GH4 as my main video camera. This APS-C camera from Fujifilm is full of features for a mirrorless camera under $3,000. This video isn't sponsored by Fujifilm. I purchased this camera in this video. At the end of the video, I will give you my recommendations on parts and equipment you just might have overlooked. These recommendations will help you reach the full potential of this 6.2K mirrorless camera from Fujifilm. Let's start the unboxing. I'm excited. Let's open it. Let's twirl it around. Top of the box, Fujifilm. Bottom of the box for this guy. And let's open it. When you first open it, on the inside of the box are 2 QR codes to view the manual for this camera and details on how to use it with your smartphone. That's very convenient, I like that. And on this side are just some more writing. Let's open it, and here are the pamphlets. Let's go over these real quick. Product registration. Very important to register your camera. That way you get the full warranty. This is to join Fujifilm Professional Services. So if you want to be a professional services member, it will cost you $399 per year. And it has perks for joining. So if you want to be a Fujifilm professional, there you go. Also, you get free Capture One software to edit your photos. And more QR codes to register your product, quick start guides, free education, and to share your images. And another QR code, they just want to make sure that you can use your camera to hit the ground running. Join the Fujifilm series community. That's another pamphlet. More pamphlets on your distributors where you live, so in case you want to buy more parts. And these are just warnings on how to store your camera. Make sure you keep it out of the sun. Let's put this to the side. Before we go to the camera, let's take this out. Let's take this out and examine let's put this over here. Let's examine what's in here. Fujifilm camera strap. Let's open it. And I like that, a Fujifilm camera strap. Gotta love that. USB cord. Different plugs for your part of the world. That's a US plug and other plugs. Cable holder. No, another plug, sorry. A cable holder that'll hold your cables in place. They supply that. So when you're doing video, you don't have to worry about your cables dangling all over the place. Here we go. The power adapter to charge your battery with. I will show you later how to use this. And the battery. put all this back. I will leave out the essentials. Let's put all this back. And let's bring in the camera itself. We'll do a quick overview of the camera, and this is the Fujifilm X H2s. There it is, the Fujifilm X H2s. It's an APS-C camera. And on the top is the adjustment knob. Oh, it locks good. And LCD screen. Me personally, I'm a Nikon shooter, so I like the look because it looks like my other Nikon cameras. And it looks very familiar, the layout. There's the on and off button, the ISO, the white balance, function 1 button. And so far, I like the look of the camera. On the front of the camera are more function buttons. And this is the release button for the lens right there. And let's go to the side here. Let's open it. And that's the compartment for the SD card and the CF Express Type 2 card. the CF Express Type B card. I will give you recommendations on that at the end of the video. Give you recommendations on the cards to use for this particular camera to get the full potential, so you can get that burst speed and that 6.2K video that are important. And let's look at the back. Delete, play button, joystick, love that. I don't know if I love that. Autofocus, menu button, display back, and this has a flip out screen, goes forward and backwards. And if you'll notice right here, there are 2 screw holes, and that's for the external fan, which is one of the main reasons I bought this camera, is because I film in Texas and in hot buildings sometimes, and it gets a little hot around here if you've been watching the weather, and that external fan will help. That's the way most cameras are going now. They have some type of fan if you're doing any type of video, because these cameras overheat fast when you're doing 4K. This camera has PRORES, PRORES HQ, and PRORES LT, so it'll get hot fast. Let's take another look around. Let's take a look to the side, and this is the HD port. Let's open it. And as you know, if you noticed, each one of these ports has its own cover. And right here, this has a full HDMI port, and that is very good because that way I can buy a HDMI cord anywhere without having to order one readily. Let's close that up. Plus, another thing is that if you're using it outdoors, all your plugs aren't exposed to the elements. That's a mic, earplugs, earplugs. Does that open? And let's open this up. So those are on there real nice and tight. Got that open. And that's a USB, and that's where you're going to charge your battery. That's how you're going to charge your battery. And then let's take a look at the bottom. This is where the battery goes, right there. And this is a port where if you want to use the battery holder, this is how you connect it. Put that back on, that bad boy back on there. And tripod screw. Anything, and the viewfinder. This has a very detailed viewfinder. And that's it for the camera. So let's do a comparison between this camera and my Panasonic GH4, which is a micro four thirds camera. And as you can see, it's very compact. They're about the same size. This one weighs a little bit more, and so that makes it easier to carry. Unlike having a Nikon Z9, which is bulkier and probably about this. Unlike having a, it's just like if you had the Z9, see how much larger the Z9 would be in comparison to this camera. That's a big difference. This camera is an APS-C camera, but it packs a wallop for the price. This is a D3S. It's about the same size as a D9. So let's see here. All right, next are the recommendations. All right, recommendation number 1. Let me show you how to assemble the battery. You just put that in there like that. Yeah, because if you're coming from the other camera manufacturers, you're probably used to a dedicated battery charger, but Fujifilm does it this way. You just open that port, stick it in there, and you can plug it into the wall and charge it this way on the go. Or you can always buy an external battery charger. I will leave a link for that in the descriptions below if you want to buy that. And you put the battery in, take that off, disconnect that, close that back up, and the battery just slides in there. Recommendation number 2. Make sure you buy the correct SD card and CF Express Type B card. Tip for you, make sure that you look at the compatibility list before you buy your SD card and your CF Express card, because if I hadn't looked on there, then I wouldn't have known that these two cards are basically the only brand that you can use to get the 6.2K video and to use the PRORES features without any issues. You want to make sure you look at that compatibility list, especially if you have some old SD card or CF Express card laying around. And these are Sony Tufts. I got these on Amazon during Prime Day. I want to tell you in this video that I am an Amazon affiliate, and I will leave the link to these two cards in the descriptions below. Recommendation number 3. Fujifilm has released an update for this camera, version 1.01. I would make sure that you add that update to get the full features of this camera. In the previous reviews, they had the trial versions of the software, and so that's the reason why some of the autofocus and some of the other features of this camera didn't work correctly, because the updates weren't there. They were just trial versions of the software. Also with this, if you just bought this, make sure that you update the firmware in your lenses, whether third party or Fujifilm. The Fujifilm X H2s is a departure from Fujifilm's normal cameras. Most of the previous users are wondering why Fujifilm went with this new design. I just think they're trying to appeal to Nikon and Sony and Canon, because the camera market is shrinking, and so they have to bring on new users. Like me, I'm new. I'm a native Nikon photographer, but with the features included in this camera at $3,000, I couldn't resist it. I hope I have a hybrid camera that can do video and photography equally. Please leave those comments and hit that subscribe button. Thank you for watching this video, and watch my other upcoming videos on the Fujifilm X H2s.